Hello, Jennifer, Eric. I'm so excited to be talking to you
Oh,
today.
you as
Hi,
well.
Rachel.
And
Having
how are
a
you doing?
wonderful.
Good.
Very good.
I have to tell you, I am just starting to learn about the Oculus. I mean, I've literally have been talking about this the last week. So to be able to talk with you guys about the movie that you have with this, I'm really excited because it's so fresh, it's cutting edge, it's new. So I first want to start off asking you, what is it about the tale of Baba Yaga that appealed to you the most?
Well, one of the things that really attracted me to the story was, in some ways, it's very traditional. It's the witch in the woods, that's looking for children to put in her oven. But it's also based on this Eastern European version of that, which in many ways is sort of different than the typical stereotype. She lives in this house that's perched on top of these big legs, and she rides around in a mortar instead of on a broom. And the other thing that's interesting about it is that in the stories of Russian folklore, Baba Yaga is quite often an evil witch, but sometimes she's an amoral witch, and sometimes she's even actually a good witch. And
Mhm.
so it sort of set us up with this idea that Baba Yaga's character is really related to the person that is taken on that role. And that becomes the foundation of the particular story that we're telling. And then the other angle on it that was really exciting to us is that, witches are connected with the environment. They make potions out of trees and roots and bark from a tree, and they're really connected to nature. And so this then gave us an opportunity to tell a story about the value and importance of the natural world, and the value of all of us doing what we can to protect it, which is obviously really relevant today.
You make witches sound a lot better than what they're typically. I mean,
You know,
I'm like, I
a,
want to meet a witch after listening to you
a
say
lot of
that.
women back then, were the ones that were going out there in the woods and finding the mushrooms or the willow bark that would like cure your pain. I mean, that's where aspirin comes from. And then because they were able to do these seemingly magic things, sometimes other people judged them in the wrong way and thought that they were evil or witches or had some kind of magic, devilish talents, when really they were just the ones that were connecting with the world, and in particular, the nature around them.
Mm, yes, they sound very glamorous. And Jennifer, for you, why did you want to also produce in this? Because this is the first time we're seeing you executive produce in an animation like this. I'm interested as to why this appealed to you so much and why you wanted.
Everything you just said. I mean, first of all, it's an amazing project. I love the message. I love that it's all women, and to help lead that and be a part of it in two ways. Being a part of it as a voice, and then also as in production. I think it's a great start for me, and I feel like that's every reason to be a part of it.
Yeah. And you mentioned the all-female cast. I want to know, how important was it for you to have an all-female cast? I mean, I could give my opinion, but I would love to hear your opinion.
I feel like Eric can answer that better than me.
Well, it was important to us because why not, right? I mean, it's about time, and we're our own company, and we have our own ideas, and we produce our own content, and so we can do whatever we want. So this was a great opportunity, and we're telling a story about powerful women, and both women that are already powerful and young women that find their power and their strength, and it felt like the perfect story to do that, and for us, something that we valued and wanted to do, and just again something where we just felt the timing was right. It's about time, right?
Oh, you mentioned the timing. I mean, everything we're experiencing right now from 2020 to 2021, just another day on the calendar, it seems like just a lot going on. And with this movie and this virtual reality experience, you're allowing people to provide an escape. How great is that for you that, that I know you didn't plan it this way, but it's, oh gosh, it's right on time. How important was that for you, Jennifer? I'll ask that question to you first.
You know what? Once again, you already said it. Like the way with the VR world can be taken into another world. It's the perfect escape for a time such as this. And it shows how much more can be done. And we're not just limited to, or things don't always just have to be a set way. And I love that it's shown through the arts, to introduce us to yet another world, which again is perfect timing.
Yeah.
I think the kids should go to school this way.
Oh, you know what, Jennifer?
Eric,
I
hear me.
never
Think about it.
never thought about that. You guys might be onto something here. You're on the forefront of really changing the world.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if your teacher said, okay, kids, put on your headset. Today we're going to go to the Louvre or
And you can go
the
anywhere.
pyramids or, yeah, what's that?
I said, yes, as you were saying, you could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
So do you see more actors and more directors creating experiences like this?
It's definitely been a slow burn as more and more people get involved, and it's one of those things. It's where you don't really know what it's like until you put on the headset for yourself. You can describe, oh, it's immersive and like all these buzzwords and like, what does that mean? Who cares? But when you put on the headset, it's really is transformative. And then even people that are, I'm not interested, I don't care about VR, and they put a headset on, they go, oh, now I get it. Now I see what this can do. And what it can do is it can put you there. Like you're actually there. You're not sitting in a chair and staring at a rectangle, you're actually in that world. And for us, what really matters is making the viewer matter. Like you're there. Characters can look you in the eye and respond to what you do. And you can make choices and decisions that are meaningful, that make a difference in the story and the world, and particularly the characters that you're bonded with inside of this VR landscape. And that's something you just can't do with any other medium. So it's inspiring you to take meaningful action. And so, yeah, it's an escape, but also maybe it's a little bit of practice, because it gives people this sense of like, yeah, I can go out there and I can make a difference. And so hopefully when people are done watching Baba Yaga and they recognize that it has this message about, protecting our beautiful world and all the living things in it, that they can go take action on that in that regard too. And we actually give them the opportunity because of the partnership that we have with the United Nations. And, even at the end of the credits, there's a place where you can go to get involved. And so hopefully we're inspiring people to not only just act inside the experience, but to take that and move out into the real world where it really matters.
And I'm truly fascinated by this, because you're totally right about not necessarily understanding it until you get into it. I was listening to someone talk about playing a game, but then as I was learning more about Baba Yaga, and I was seeing how you allow viewers to create their own ending within it. It's like, depending on how you navigate this, you can choose the way the ending is. So it really allows you to also be very creative. I'm curious as to how different is this process in making this type of film versus making a standard animated film?
I think that giving the viewer the ability to bend the narrative and to have an effect on what's happening is obviously one of the big things that makes it different. But I have been asked, what is it like to go into VR and give up all the control that you used to have as a director? But I don't feel like I give up control. I feel like I have a different set of tools to work with. And some of the tools nobody's even discovered yet. This is such a new medium, but there are a lot of tools in there that give you this ability to take the viewer on a journey and have a large degree of control over it. You can inspire the viewer to make their completely free decision to do exactly what you want them to do when you want them to do it. You can have a sound that draws their attention, or you can give them an opportunity to make a decision that doesn't necessarily have a right or wrong answer, but might actually be more a reflection of who that viewer is. And what do I want to do in this situation? How does this make me feel? And hopefully then perhaps even discover a little something about themselves.
Congratulations on the film. Last question, Jennifer, I'll ask you is, what do you want viewers to get from this movie, this film, this experience?
It's so many things to get from it. One, to be engulfed even more into the VR world, be introduced to it, allow themselves to be a part of it. And then the story of, I play the forest, and learning basically, how we affect that and how we can make a difference in it. It's so many lessons, and even the power in the women in the cast, and to show women can even do more. So I think it's a lot of lessons to be learned. It's a whole new world.
That's a perfect way to end it. Congratulations again, you guys. Can't wait to see the whole thing myself and tell everyone about it.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.